Okay, welcome back. Here in this particular tutorial, we're creating this simple flyer made for the Children's Day. Let's get over with it. So this is my element. This is not the element of surprise anyway. This is what I'll be using for my background. Okay, so I'll just stretch this out. Position it this way, it's quite okay. Then just lock this. Okay. Now the next thing I'll just bring in this lady, this girl, right? Maybe increase her a bit here and just position her that way. Okay, so I'll bring in this element. I'll just crop this, position it here, then just arrange it this way. Okay, so I need to erase a particular area. I don't want this. Okay, that area in particular in total. So I'll just stretch this area and increase the contrast, then reduce the brightness. Kind of having running nose. Okay, so I'll just leave it like this. Now this particular flyer, you can use it for child's birthday too. It's not limited to Children's Day. Okay, so let me lock this one here. So the next thing I'll be doing, I have my cloud, then I'll come to erase color. Now just use this, pick this eyedropper. Now locate some, the dark area is already gone, so that's why I can't get dark area. Locate some areas around, for example around the cloud. If you have a bright cloud without darkness, is quite okay. For example, this is a kind of like a dark area. If I click on this check mark, you can see this place has changed. Then I actually increase the smoothness to 20 to take away all the edges. I don't want those edges, they're kind of, so let me just cancel it. Let me just erase color. Now see, those edges are there and they are dark, so that's why I increased it to get rid of. So to get rid of those edges, since I used tolerance, so I can just leave it to this. Let's see. It's quite okay. I just leave it like that. It's of no use. So just I'll reduce the opacity. Okay, so I'll come to the brightness and increase the brightness. Okay, so this is it. Alright, so I'll just copy, paste. Now let's reduce this to about, hopefully that will be okay. If it's not too much. Okay, I'm trying to, let's make this thing even. Here, let's leave the brightness at this area, and okay, so we'll copy, we'll duplicate this one, position it here, copy, duplicate it, position it here. Okay, copy, duplicate, position it somewhere around. Okay, okay, I guess we're good. Now I will just come to this side and I'll bring in my this. So let's make sure we lock all those clouds. So this guy, come to crop. I don't want them to be too much in the particular side. That's the essence of me doing this. This hot air balloon and it's colorful. So we'll send it, make sure they are behind the clouds, please. Let's, and now reduce the opacity. It's about 85. I'm supposed to be praying now. The essence of me reducing the opacity is I don't want them to draw attention. Okay, so I don't want them to draw attention. That's the essence of me reducing the opacity. So I'll just come here and taking this guy here, position it here. Okay, copy. Okay. Okay. So we have this here. You can just come here and lock every of these elements. We're good with them like this. So the next thing I'll be bringing is my balloon. Ooh, a balloon. Can bring this to the front. So I have this rope. Just make sure they are not okay. Just leave this like that. Then we'll just send it behind. Does it look that real? Okay, just lock it like that anyway. Let's lock it. I just feel the balloon is not looking as if it's. So the next thing I'll be bringing is this. Let me bring in another color. Let me not use this one, just this one. We can use something else. Okay, so we'll bring in this butterfly. Okay, we'll reduce the size, flip it around. So let me put one here. Okay, there's something else there. Okay, now I will kind of reduce the opacity. Let's just leave it. The essence of me kind of reducing the opacity is I don't want them to draw too much. So I'll copy. I'll increase. Okay. Okay. We can just, the butterflies don't fly too much and don't make them too big. Okay. Now the essence of that, if we're going to make it real, they shouldn't be appearing too big, except now this one that will actually reduce the opacity. I think I'll just have to come and increase the opacity back, so butterfly should not appear too big. Okay, now for this balloon, I added the date, then I used this particular color. Okay, so I change it to 27th May. Show me, let's make it all caps. Alright, so we have that. Change the font to Montserrat bold. So alignment should be 27. Then I'll just flip it this way. Okay, so I'll reduce the size. Or just let's come and reduce the size. Okay, so we can keep this here as we might no longer have need for it. So you can see the date is actually not visible, but just leave it. We'll make use of it again. So just reduce the opacity. Let's see. Okay, now just come to erase color, leave it in white, just move it like this, just adjust it like this, just set it to 60. You can see as if it's blending on the balloon. So that's the essence of the trick. So the next thing we did is Jesus. We're actually thinking of changing that rope. Should we get a different rope? I think that's like the best rope I'm having. Let's see. No, that's the best. Okay, so we just get over with this. Now the remaining one is just the happy birthday. I said happy birthday. Okay, it's so let's just type, bring in this, use Montserrat all through. So I only use all these the default color in Pixellab. This particular blue, this one, or this guy, this one. So you can get it in your Pixellab. Okay, so I'll change this font. I use Montserrat. Shall I make use of bold? Yep, let's make use of bold. P. Okay. So padding. So I'll just stretch. Okay, let's leave it at 100. Okay, so let's say it this way. Don't be too much. So I'll bring in a different text. Now the reason I'm using current dates is because of this Arabic. What else? Children's Day. Children's Day. So yeah, I definitely need my padding here now because of the typeface I'll be using next. So we use shilling. So the next thing is color. I'll be using another default color in Pixellab. So this particular one. Okay, so we have this guy here. So I think let me just bring in Children's Day. Oh, should we make the children a bit small? Okay, now I'm seeing the problem there. If you notice the children, the space between the S. Okay, yeah, there was a space between the. Yeah, I think it's better now. Happy Children's Day. Now those are things you should take note of. Should we just day? Okay, should we just make sure they are okay. Let's just make use of one. So you can help yourself out by the line spacing. Okay, so the next thing is, okay, since we already duplicated this, we should just make use of it. 27 point space May point 2023. So let me just set this all caps. Okay, so I can even spread this one. Style font should be regular. Actually, let's see how it's gonna be. Okay, okay, should we up? It's really like that. Now let's look at the previous one. Let me just bring that one in. Okay, I guess I didn't spread it that much. Okay, so I think, however, I kind of think they are kind of bit too close to each other. So let me give it a nice spacing. Okay, I guess it's okay like this. Alright, so the next thing we'll be doing is, so let me bring in this bed. then move to the front. Now the bed is not actually blending with the design, so I'm gonna put it here. So we're gonna look for a way to make it blend. So okay, I guess it's okay like that, as tiny as it is. Now there's something I also added. Now let's bring in this tiny lady. Then okay, then we'll just come here, bring in this one here, and we'll just erase the size of our leg. We'll position it here. Okay, the next thing I just bring it to the front. Just leave it beside that cloud there. So let me just bring in another cloud. Just bring in one of those clouds. Just bring it to the front. However, this time I'm gonna. I think we reduce the opacity, right? Even though it's the opacity, so it's be as if she was actually inside the cloud. Now this is your preference. This is your choice. If you want to keep that, it's fine by you. So let's see this, and this. So the next thing we're doing is, okay, let me see, save this one as YT. Anyway, TY. Anyway, so there's Bible text. Lo, children are the heritage of the Lord. Okay, so we will just bring in a new text. Paste. Reduce the size. Set the alignment to left. The font to Bontart regular. Set it at this side. Add shadow to it. Just set the shadow to about 20. Now you don't want the shadow to be too much. Now the essence of shadow is so that it will have, I think we are good. So May 27th, Happy Children's Day, and we can now save. Let's save the changes. Now we look at both sides. I think we've kind of achieved a bit of balance. Now in case you don't like the other lady, the baby that will position up there, you can delete it. It's not actually not necessary anyway. You can delete it to your choice. Okay, so let's go straight to Snapseed. Let's add a bit of touch on this. So definitely increasing the structure. Those increasing the structure brought life to some of those elements there. I'll sharpen it a bit. See the blues. Right, you see. So then I'll just come touch the ambience, not too much. Okay, so let me add only to add some bit of blues too, but the blue is going to affect my entire. Let's see contrast. So we added just ambience 3, so we'll stick with that one. So let's see how tonal contrast is going to look like. It was added already. Okay, I think I'll just have to reduce it a bit. Let me set it to 25. Midtones to. I don't want the effect to be too much. Okay, so I'll come to blur. I will. Since I'm already used to, just adjust your two hand to draw the blur. I don't know if you see my fingers. See. So I just move my two hands. Then I come to transition. I reduce the transition. So I just increase the blur to about this guy. Then I'll click on this mark. So just ignore. So I'll come to I'll come to this view edit, lens blur, this here. So I'll just reduce this, then invert. Okay, so I'll come to lens blur. Let's make it about 50. So let's put it high so that you just see. So look at. If you pay attention, you see. Okay. Okay. So don't worry, just see what's going to happen now. Now see, those leaves were blurred. Now just look at it. So this is before, this is after. Now you can successfully export. More or less, please subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video, please.
Okay, so that's all for this particular tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and I hope you gain value from this video. You can watch my other videos. So see you in the next video.